How's it going today, YouTube? This is Hathig here. It seems everyone on YouTube is doing a video lately about their hoarding of scrap metals, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a video of my own on some of the coins that I'm collecting here. One of the first things that I wanted to get across is that this and these are base metals. They are not precious metals. Precious metals are silver, gold, platinum, palladium. Here we have a Johnson Mathey 1 ounce bar. There we have a Morgan dollar. It makes me laugh when I see people on eBay trying to sell .999 fine copper rounds. Can you imagine going to your hardware store and asking for .999 fine copper tubing to do your plumbing? I don't think so. It doesn't work like that. Once you factor in all of the shipping and handling charges, it doesn't really make sense to treat base metals the same as precious metals. Base metals are traded in the metric tons. Precious metals are traded by the ounce generally. One of the second points that I wanted to make is that there's a lot of debate going on between whether people who invest in metals should be going for junk silver. There we have a 90% Morgan dollar. That's not really considered a junk coin. That's more of a collectible coin. But whether they should be going after the 90% silver or whether they should be going after what is so-called investment grade silver. The whole investment grade silver argument kind of reminds me of bottled mineral water and how you're supposed to get all these extra health benefits by purchasing bottled mineral water. Well, you're buying water at a premium, but at the end of the day, water is just water. Water is a compound of oxygen and hydrogen. As we know, silver is just an element. It doesn't matter whether you buy the 90% junk silver or 80% Canadian junk silver or the bullion. Silver is silver. That's it. So here's some of the coins that I'm collecting. These are the 1955 to 1981 Canadian nickel. These are 99.9% pure nickel. So that's quite good for a circulating coin. Generally, you don't get that degree of finesse in a circulating coin. Another nice thing about these nickels is that they stack quite nicely, because if you get 100 of them, that's 1 pound of nickel right there, 1 pound of pure nickel. Generally, I find that about 20% of the coins, the nickels circulating in Canada, are still these 55 to 81 nickels. They're getting harder to find out there. I've noticed in the couple of years that I've been doing it. Right now, at the time of this video, nickel is at about $12 per pound. So we're basically getting these nickels at about half price. There's about 10 cents worth of nickel in every one of these, in every 5-cent coin. And here's some of the pennies, and I thought it's kind of interesting to illustrate the effects of inflation over time. Between 1942 right up to 1996, Canadian pennies are made out of 98% pure copper. And so that's quite good again for a circulating coin. Higher than the American pennies, which are only 95% copper, made up until 1982. So again, we get about 2 cents worth of copper in every circulating coin here. These are also getting harder to find. Generally, I find that about 30–40% maybe of the coins left in circulation are copper. And then for 3 years after 96, from 1997 to 1999, the Canadian Mint went to a 0.984, so that's 98.4% zinc with 1.6% copper plating. But again, that's quite good for a circulating coin. Right now, there's only about half a cent worth of zinc in every one of these pennies, but I think it's fairly safe to say, the way that we're going, all coins are going to become, all metals are going to go up in value. Um, you know, petrol is becoming more scarce. It costs more money each year to take these metals out of the earth. And there's such a disconnect in our society today between what money really is and what value is. People only understand their laptops, their iPads. They don't understand that you have to mine all of this stuff to make those goods that you consume, that you purchase on a daily basis, and that takes a lot of energy. That takes a lot of skills. Takes well, it takes a lot of investment capital just to find these metals in a lot of cases. And then we see after 97 to 99, in the year 2000, the Canadian Mint just went full out cheapo and started producing the coins out of steel. You can even hear the difference between, that's a steel coin, and notice the higher pitch of the copper coin. Coinage metals, you always get that really high pitch ring. That's a genuine Morgan dollar, 90% silver there. And so it's kind of interesting to see the effects of inflation over time. One of the things that the Royal Canadian Mint does is they run a program called the Alloy Recovery Program. So what they do is they take all of the coins minted before the year 2000 in, they melt them, and I'm presuming that they sell those metals to India, China, wherever, and they replace them with these worthless, embarrassing steel coins. I'm quite embarrassed as a Canadian that we now have stooped so low that we now use steel money. That was an honor that used to be reserved for crap-hole communist countries around the world, but again, welcome to the Walmart generation, where any standard will do. So, yeah, again, you know, don't get taken in by people trying to sell this stuff on eBay. It's not worth it. But if you do find it in your change, definitely get a drawer, get a bag, whatever, keep it. You know, you're not going to be able to sell this stuff to an industrial supplier, but you may be able to trade or barter it at some point in the future. Generally, again, you know, the base metals are traded in the metric tons, so you're not going to be able to go to an automotive maker and say, hey, I've got a 1 pound bag of nickels, how much are you going to give me for them? But, you know, these are going to maintain their value, they're going to go up in value over the years. Nice hedge against inflation. So there's my little hoarding video.